Good morning, everybody. I'm Ed Parcaut. I'm here with Mike Kelly.
I would be the Mike Kelly guy.
That's right. And what are we? Real Estate Jerky Daily? Yeah. Is that what we're doing here? And if you're watching this, we appreciate it. And if you're listening to it afterwards on the podcast, thank you.
We appreciate that too.
You can always watch it live at 8:30-ish every morning on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook.
Yeah.
Good thing I said ish.
Well, board of directors meeting.
For Rotary. It does make it sound like it's some official thing.
Well, it's Rotary's official.
No, I was at the board of directors meeting. Oh my God, he's so amazing.
Oh, he's so amazing. What were you directing? A board.
That's right. I ran the meeting. There's where your problem is that I ran it.
It went actually fairly well. I thought there was a lot of
discussion.
Grumbling. You need a gavel.
I know. Well, I'd have to carry one with me everywhere.
Just a block of wood and gavel on that glass table.
I'll steal the one that's at Rotary that's in the little thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I only need it for another 9 meetings.
9 meetings?
Yeah, because there's 10 more months, but there's a joint board meeting that doesn't really count.
That you do at someone's house or location.
And that way you just do your beer.
Yeah.
All right. So what came out today?
It looks like there's some stuff.
Well, builder, we're saying we're going to look at new permits, new starts, all that kind of stuff. Home builder confidence falls in August for the first time in 8 months. We talked about this yesterday. And they're showing all this, but you would go, really? But builders are actually ramping up construction of new U.S. homes in July, according to the permits and everything else that's out there. And also, and I'll get to the permits in a second, but mortgage applications for new construction homes. So people building their own homes
in July.
Yes, because they can't find the home they want. So they're going to go spin an arm and a leg and have it built for themselves.
Yeah. But it might be their final house.
Well, yeah. Well, we had one of those, but that didn't go through.
Yeah. Finals are final. Well, I always order another beer after I say this is
my last one. Yeah. I'm out of here by 3-ish.
Yeah.
All right. Single family starts, which are the most important, rose 6.7% last month.
That seems like a big
at
rise.
A 983,000 unit pace. But there was a little revision down the month before. But if you look at where starts are, even San Francisco is up 9.5%.
How did that happen?
I have no idea.
They just forgot to count some stuff before.
Right. But one of the things about the single family homes that we just talked about, that's up 1.3% year over year. So that's what you got to look at. Things are changing. They're starting to put permits out there and starting to do some little changes, which is good. But it's still not going to fix everything. We're still 2.5 million homes short in California. So this is nationwide. This isn't California.
Yeah.
What else I want to talk about? Oh, hey, do you have a student loan that you've been paying on for 20, 25 years?
Yeah. But it sounds like all the payments I didn't make will get applied towards it.
Right.
And then it'll be forgiven.
Well, now they came back out, even though the
Supreme Court
said
of the United States,
you can't do that. They're going, okay, we're going to go back and do the 20, 25-year-olds. And that's had the student loans for 20 to 25 years. I'm thinking, okay, those are older people. Those are in their late, 40s.
They should be making some money.
Well, not that. It's just the fact that he's trying to get that demographics right now, I guess, because the other ones think
hopefully they're smart enough not to vote just because they relieved them of a little bit of a debt.
$39 billion. That's 800,000 borrowers. I was like, man, I wish I was one.
Yeah.
That was great.
A borrower?
No, didn't have to pay on my student loan.
Yeah.
Because I went later in life to get my master's.
Right. And
all right.
Did you pay it off on your own?
No, I'm still paying on it.
But I mean, you're paying on it.
Yeah. All right. So
you're in your 40s.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So there was a little thing that was sent to me, and I already had something. But this is huge. U.S. wealth drops for the first time since 2008 financial crisis. There's an article out there that talks about what has happened, and I already was playing with some stuff, and it said that millionaires no more. There's 3.5 million people worldwide who lost that title.
And they didn't really know it, did they?
Well, they probably feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah. They know that they lost that title because they no longer are millionaires. They're thousandaires. It just doesn't have the same ring to it.
I've been a thousandaire since my 30s.
I've been multiple thousandaires over and over again.
Yeah. I was 100-aire before in my teens.
Were you?
Yeah, I worked.
All right. So the U.S. saw, I'm just going to read because I didn't put it over there, decline of 5.9 trillion last year, the largest decline of any country following the rise of 19.5 trillion in 2021, according to USB Global Wealth Report in 2023. That's huge. 5.9 trillion last year.
Yeah.
Out of the 19.5 that was made in 2021. That's why people are hurting.
I heard our dipshit in charge the other day state that they were playing a reel and stating that, hey, the economy's come back. We're stronger than ever.
Yep.
And I'm like, what drugs is that guy on other than the cocaine that they found in the hallway?
Well, they could be his, but who knows?
That goes back to the saying that if you repeat something enough,
people believe it.
People will start to believe it. So I guess he's just running on that.
Mm-hmm. You're really attractive there, Mike.
With the gray. Oh, keep saying it so people will believe it. But then don't say it in such a sexy voice, Ed.
I'd only have one voice.
Oh,
I can't change that.
It was super sexy.
Was it? Global wealth, meanwhile, fell 11.3 trillion in 2022, or 2.4% to 454.4 trillion. Wow, that's a lot of money lost out there.
Yeah.
No wonder I feel so bad right now. It's much harder than it used to be. I miss the days where I didn't worry about things.
It just money flowed in, money flowed out.
Well, the problem is you have, and please, this is not political. This is just stating what has happened.
It's going to sound political.
I
but
know.
Go ahead.
You have a president comes in and just wants to get rid of everything else that has been done by somebody else, right? I could have done the same thing in Rotary, but I was smarter. I looked at what
so well.
Right. I looked at what worked and what changes needed to be made, and I kept everything that was working. I didn't just do it because I wanted to have my stamp of approval on it. And because the past presidents were amazing. They've been through COVID. They've been through certain things I'm talking about in Rotary.
Mm-hmm.
But this president decides to get rid of the pipeline because all the stuff that the prior president was, except for any Obama or anybody else, that he got rid of it. He stopped it. I knew there was going to be inflation. I knew the last election wasn't going to show enough inflation for pain. We got a lot of pain coming.
Yep.
And the question really is are we going to do something about it? Especially in Stanislaus County, are we going to get more than 58% of the people to get out to vote? I hope so, because the only way to make a change is to get out to vote.
Right.
I'm done. I'm off my soapbox.
Well, and I mean, we say this all the time. Look what I'm going to show. Boing.
No, that's not it.
This one.
You don't have it show. No, because you don't have the thing share. You got to.
Oh, what a dork.
Grandpa. Come on, Grandpa.
You and I were talking too much this morning.
No, we weren't talking that much.
I'm going to blame you.
You can. You always do anyway.
Yeah. There. Now I'll do that.
Look how slow it
was.
Is
it big enough?
That's what she asked.
Oh, it never is. I mean, I try, but there's only so much I can
provide. So that says active 409. Closed year to date 2011.
Yeah.
We're breaking numbers now.
Well, near the end of July, we're at 1799.
We're in the middle of July.
Well, no, we're in the middle of August. At the end of July, we were at 1799.
So we're at 7.5 months now.
So we're cooking with fire.
Divided by 7, not with gas anymore because it's illegal. So we're still sitting around 260 to 2. This is 268, and our average is right around there. So we're not getting any better.
No, we're not getting any better. There are a few agents that are getting more listings. There are a few agents that have got more sales that they're doing okay, but that means a lot of real estate agents and a lot of lenders are kind of hanging on and dying on the vine. We're 2,000 closings shy of what's normal.
Well, we're actually
21 and 22.
We're probably 2,100. Remember, because we're another half of a month forward, and we were 4,000 for the first 7 months. So I assume that another, you split it in 100 and some thousand, 100, yeah.
So it's a sad sight, kids.
Anything else there? Because if you're gonna jump out of there, click the 2 people. There you go.
Yeah, look at that.
Great job.
I'm learning. It only took me 6 years.
It's been a while.
Well, I've only been here a year.
I was looking back at some of when I was doing the thumbnails, and it was funny because we had the HVAC guy twice in that period of time. And you guys both look at each other and going, "Who's this guy?" Alzheimer's. Yeah, what are you gonna do? All right, so there's there's information out there that's going on. I'm going to say this again, and I've been saying it every day. This is an opportunity because over the next 2 months, rates are going to go up a little bit.
The bubble.
And people are going to go, "Its rates are so much higher. I'm going to wait."
Yeah.
That's perfect. That's your opportunity to get in when other people are waiting. This is the smart people are buying right now.
Yep.
I'm not saying you're not smart if you don't buy. I'm just saying the smarter people are, when people are afraid, smart people are doing what the afraid people are not. And when the afraid people are crazy buying, the smart people are going, "I'm not doing that. I'm selling to them."
And we've been saying week after week after week after week, you're not going to make a mistake by purchasing a property today.
No. Because you could, I mean, we have the lowest foreclosure rate since 1979.
Yeah.
What does that mean? If you get into trouble right now, you own a home, you're going to be able to sell it, walk away with some money, and go rent in a really bad neighborhood.
Right.
Because the rents
are huge.
So and the other thing I was listening to, because a lot of, on one of the stations, they were talking about with the commercial buildings, right? A lot of these commercials, they're thinking about, well, let's change them into residential.
Right.
One of the biggest problems is where they have the columns. To retrofit these buildings, they can't make enough to rent them.
Really?
So, yeah, because the cost of retrofitting them to turn them into to turn them into rental units,
right?
They couldn't get enough rent to offset the cost of rehabbing them.
Because the columns are in such
because
a
of where
location,
the columns
you can't
are
get a large enough.
Where to move the columns and all this structure stuff they would have to do. That's one of the issues.
Interesting.
Because I was like, wow, that makes more sense now. Why? And if it's a bigger building in like a city, the elevator's in really the wrong place, right? And they'd have to move the elevator and other stuff. It's just the rental cost is just too great.
Just put them all on the outside with ropes.
Just put stairs up.
Yep.
We
would have a healthier nation.
It's a 4-story walk up.
Yeah.
And that's why they call them that in New York.
And hire the
3-story,
hire the movers.
Yeah. No, thank you. I don't even want to walk upstairs. I don't even walk upstairs in my cabin.
Marsha.
I walk down the stairs to the cabin and back up to the top, but not inside the house.
Interesting. So you've got everything you need on that floor.
Yeah, the main floor is what we need. That's where we are.
Yeah.
The upstairs is just 2 big rooms,
a place for the kids to go,
and the bathroom. Yeah,
if they're ever around.
But we're gonna probably, now focus on rehabbing that one because we haven't touched it since we bought it, and probably get rid of the land. So if anybody wants to buy 32 acres,
32 acres, yeah. Where? In
Twain Harte.
Yeah,
and it's a great location. Where it's at, it's so close. It seems so far away from town, but it's like not even 4 minutes from town.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So some of the places like in Sonora, you're like, I have 20 acres or whatever, and to get out there from Sonora takes like 25 minutes.
But it's still called Sonora,
right? And for this parcel, it's a great parcel. Plus, where we're going to build at, the view that you see is amazing.
Yeah.
So
I like amazing views. I like to look at that. I like to look at that. I like to look at that.
Do you? All right. Okay, move on. All right. That's about all I have for today.
Me too.
There's not a lot of news today. We're waiting for the Fed minutes to come out so they can talk about how they all don't agree and they potentially could raise again and potentially not going to raise again, but I think they're going to raise again.
I'll have state numbers on Friday and maybe we can discuss some of my pet peeves.
Okay, we'll do that. Well, and let's start bringing in some additional stuff because
it's getting a little redundant.
Right, we're saying the same thing over and over again.
Well,
I'm trying to find other news out there, and it's just
there's nothing out there.
And I'm hearing everybody saying what I've been saying for the last week. Like when I talked about the credit card debt, I'm hearing it on different stations now. They're like bringing it up, and because it's what people don't realize this is the greatest amount of credit card debt we've ever had. If you look at how much it is, yes, it's more. But if you look at the percentage of how much it is versus the people and everything, this is people were spending and now they're spending on credit, and
how quickly it rose.
Right, and you're going to see in our industry some more consolidation just because there's just not enough business, and it's really difficult to keep going with the amount of business that's out there.
Yep.
Right. A person like that's just a loan officer can keep going easy because they don't have any costs. Right.
Right.
But the actual people own the companies. They have the costs. And that's where the problems run in.
Called it overhead.
Is that what's over your head?
Yeah, over my head.
So, yeah. So some more consolidation. Not a bad thing.
Nope. Never is.
Yeah. Because it might make, change is always good. We just hate it.
It's uncomfortable, but do what's uncomfortable first, and then all the other stuff's comfortable.
Well, I do everything. I try to do everything uncomfortable.
Yeah, make those calls first. All right.
Make it a great day, and we'll talk to you later.
Today still is Wednesday.
Yes, it is. And we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.